Unlock the quantum field. How your vibration shapes your reality. What if the reality you experience every day, your job, your relationships, your sense of purpose isn't just happening to you, but through you? What if the key to transforming your life lies not in changing the world around you, but in tuning into an invisible field of energy that responds to your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs? This isn't a New Age fantasy, it's a truth rooted in the cutting-edge science of quantum physics. The quantum field, a dynamic web of vibrating energy, is the foundation of everything in existence, and you, with every thought and feeling, are shaping it. Today, we're diving deep into the quantum field, exploring how it works, what science says about it, and how you can harness its power to create a life that aligns with your highest potential. Let's start with the basics. Quantum physics tells us that the world we perceive as solid and fixed is anything but. Everything: your body, your phone, the air you breathe is made of atoms, which are 99.9% empty space. What fills that space? Vibrating energy. Waves of potential that collapse into form based on observation and intention. This is the quantum field, an infinite, invisible sea of possibilities that underlies all reality. As physicist David Bohm once said, the universe is not a collection of objects, but a web of relations, an interconnected whole. This field isn't separate from you, it's responsive to you. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are like signals you send out, and the field mirrors them back as your reality. This idea might sound wild, but it's grounded in decades of scientific discovery. Max Planck, the father of quantum theory, revolutionized our understanding of reality when he said in 1944, "All matter originates and exists only by virtue of a force." We must assume behind this force the existence of a conscious and intelligent mind. This mind is the matrix of all matter. Planck's words suggest that your consciousness plays a central role in shaping the material world. You're not just an observer of reality, you're a co-creator, emitting a frequency that the quantum field translates into experiences, relationships, and outcomes. So, how does this work? The quantum field operates on the principle of coherence. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions align, you send a clear signal to the field, like tuning a radio to a specific station. But when your inner world is fragmented, say, you're visualizing success, but feeling unworthy, the signal gets muddled, and the field reflects that confusion. Nobel laureate Werner Heisenberg, a pioneer of quantum mechanics, emphasized this in his uncertainty principle: the act of observation influences the outcome. In other words, the way you observe reality through your beliefs and emotions shapes what the field manifests. Let's make this practical. Think about a moment when everything seemed to align effortlessly. Maybe you got a job offer out of nowhere, met someone who changed your life, or felt a sudden surge of inspiration. Now think about a time when nothing worked, no matter how hard you tried. The difference wasn't luck, it was your vibration. Your vibration is the sum of your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, and it's constantly broadcasting to the quantum field. If you're vibrating fear, the field reflects obstacles. If you're vibrating trust, it reflects opportunities. The field doesn't judge, it simply responds. 04-23. This brings us to a critical truth. Your current reality is a perfect mirror of the frequency you've been emitting, consciously or unconsciously. If you're stuck in a cycle of scarcity or self-doubt, it's not because the universe is punishing you, it's because your vibration is aligned with those states. The good news: you can shift your frequency, and when you do, the field has no choice but to reorganize. As physicist Richard Feynman once said, "The universe is not only stranger than we imagine, it is stranger than we can imagine." Yet within this strangeness lies a profound power, your ability to shape reality by mastering your vibration. Let's dive deeper into the science. The HeartMath Institute has spent decades studying the electromagnetic field generated by the human heart, which is the body's most powerful energy source. Their research shows that when you experience emotions like gratitude, love, or compassion, your heart's field becomes coherent, extending up to 3 meters around you. This coherence doesn't just affect your body, it communicates with the quantum field. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a neuroscientist and quantum researcher, explains it like this: your thoughts are the electrical charge in the quantum field, and your emotions are the magnetic charge. Together, they create an electromagnetic signature that influences the field. When your thoughts and feelings align, you become a magnet for experiences that match that signature. But here's the catch. The field doesn't respond to your words or intentions alone. It responds to your truth. You can't affirm "I am abundant" while feeling anxious about money and expect the field to deliver. The field hears your dominant frequency, not your mask. This is why emotional healing is so crucial. Unresolved pain, trauma, or limiting beliefs create static in your signal, fragmenting your vibration. For example, if you grew up believing "I'm not good enough," that belief vibrates in your subconscious, attracting situations that reinforce it. Healing those wounds through therapy, meditation, or self-awareness clears the static, allowing you to emit a clearer signal. Let's look at a real-world example. Meet James, a 42-year-old software engineer who felt trapped in a dead-end job. He wanted to start his own tech company, but was paralyzed by fear of failure. He'd visualized success, but felt unworthy deep down. After learning about the quantum field, James started small. He meditated daily, focusing on gratitude for his skills and past achievements. He journaled to uncover limiting beliefs, replacing "I'll fail" with "I'm capable of learning and growing." Over time, his vibration shifted from fear to confidence. Within a year, he launched his startup and secured his first client, not because he forced it, but because his frequency aligned with his vision. This isn't magic, it's resonance. The quantum field operates like a tuning fork. When you vibrate at a certain frequency, the field echoes it back through synchronicities, opportunities, and outcomes. Abraham Hicks, a thought leader in vibrational alignment, puts it simply: you are a vibrational transmitter, and you cannot not offer a vibration. Even when you're not trying, you're creating. The question is, are you creating consciously? Most people are stuck in reactive mode, waiting for external circumstances to change before they feel different. But in the quantum model, it's the opposite. You feel different first, and then reality shifts to match you. Let's explore another scientific perspective. Physicist John Wheeler, known for his work on quantum theory, proposed the participatory universe model. He argued that we don't just observe reality, we participate in its creation. His famous delayed choice experiment showed that the behavior of particles can change based on how and when they're observed, even after the event occurs. This suggests that time and space aren't as fixed as we think, and our consciousness plays a role in shaping what manifests. In practical terms, this means your focus, where you place your attention, acts like a laser, collapsing infinite possibilities into a single reality. So, what does this mean for you? It means your attention is one of your most powerful tools. If you focus on what's wrong, your struggles, your fears, the field amplifies those vibrations. But if you train your attention on what's possible, your goals, your gratitude, your potential, the field starts to reorganize around that. This is why mindfulness is so transformative. By staying present, you stop broadcasting the noise of past regrets or future worries. You become a clean signal, and the field responds with clarity. Now, let's address a common roadblock: self-sabotage. It's not always dramatic. It often shows up as subtle hesitation, like "I'm not ready yet," or "What if I fail?" These thoughts carry a frequency, and the field hears them. Greg Braden, a scientist and spiritual teacher, explains that the quantum field is responsive and alive, molding itself around the signals of human emotion. But it's not just surface-level emotions, it's the deeper beliefs, the ones you might not even realize you're carrying. For example, if you were raised in an environment of scarcity, you might unconsciously vibrate "there's never enough." Even if you're affirming abundance, the field will reflect that scarcity until you rewrite the underlying belief. This is where the work of reprogramming comes in. Neuroscience shows that repetitive thoughts and emotions wire your brain into patterns, creating your baseline frequency. But the brain is plastic, it can change. By consistently practicing new thoughts and emotions, you rewire your neural pathways, shifting your vibration. Dr. Dispenza's research demonstrates that when you combine a clear intention thought with an elevated emotion like gratitude or joy, your brain and body start to embody a new reality. This is called rehearsing the future. For example, if you want to manifest confidence, spend 5 minutes daily visualizing yourself speaking boldly, feeling the pride and ease of it. Your brain will start to wire that identity into being, and your vibration will follow. Let's pause for a moment. Look at your life right now. What patterns keep repeating? Maybe it's financial stress, toxic relationships, or a sense of being stuck. These aren't random, they're mirrors of your dominant frequency. For instance, if you keep attracting partners who don't respect you, it might reflect an inner belief that you're not worthy of love. The quantum field isn't punishing you, it's showing you what you're broadcasting. The moment you shift that inner signal by cultivating self-worth and setting boundaries, your external reality will start to shift too. This is what mystics meant by "as within, so without." Quantum physics just gives it a new name: entanglement. Speaking of entanglement, let's explore another quantum concept. When particles interact, they become entangled, meaning their states are linked, no matter how far apart they are. Albert Einstein called this spooky action at a distance, but it's now a cornerstone of quantum theory. In human terms, entanglement suggests that your vibration doesn't just affect your immediate reality, it ripples out, influencing people, events, and possibilities far beyond what you can see. This is why your energy matters. When you vibrate love, you're not just attracting love into your life. You're contributing to a collective frequency that uplifts others. This brings us to a powerful practice: coherence. Coherence is when your heart, mind, and body are in sync, emitting a unified signal. The HeartMath Institute studies show that practices like gratitude meditation or deep breathing can induce coherence, calming your nervous system and amplifying your electromagnetic field. Try this now. Take a slow, deep breath. Place your hand on your heart and think of something you're grateful for. Feel the warmth of that gratitude. This simple act shifts your frequency, aligning you with the field's infinite possibilities. The more you practice coherence, the more natural it becomes to live from a high vibration state. Now, let's talk about how to sustain this shift. Changing your vibration isn't a one-time event, It's a practice. Here are 4 steps to master your frequency and shape your reality. 1. Align. Start each day by setting your intention. Ask, what energy do I want to embody today if you're calling in abundance? Focus on feeling grateful for what you already have. Gratitude is a high-frequency emotion that instantly aligns you with possibility. For example, instead of stressing about bills, write down 3 things you're thankful for, like a warm meal or a supportive friend. This shifts your signal from lack to enoughness. 2. Rehearse. Your brain can't tell the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. Spend 5 to 10 minutes daily visualizing your desired reality, but don't just see it, feel it. If you're manifesting a new career, imagine the excitement of signing a contract or the pride of leading a team. This rewires your brain and body to emit a new frequency. Dr. Dispenza calls this mental rehearsal, and it's like programming the field with your future. 3. Stop waiting for external validation to feel different. Embody the version of you who already lives your desired reality. How would they walk, talk, or make decisions? If you're manifesting confidence, stand taller, speak clearly, and say no to things that drain you. Act as if, not from delusion, but from declaration. Neville Goddard's advice is key here. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That feeling is your frequency, and the field responds to it. 4. Release. Let go of resistance. Resistance shows up as doubt, fear, or attachment to outcomes. When you cling to, when will it happen? You vibrate neediness, which repels your desires. Instead, trust the field. Surrender doesn't mean giving up, it means releasing the how and trusting the process. Meditation or journaling can help you identify and release resistant thoughts, clearing the way for a coherent signal. Let's ground this with another example. Maria, a 28-year-old graphic designer, struggled with chronic self-doubt. She wanted to freelance but feared rejection. She started practicing the 4 steps aligning with gratitude each morning, rehearsing successful client meetings in her mind, embodying confidence by pitching her work, and releasing fear through journaling. Within 6 months, she had a steady stream of clients, not because the world changed, but because she changed. Her vibration became a magnet for opportunities. This is the paradox of the quantum field. When you truly embody the frequency of what you want, you stop needing it. You're already living the feeling of having it, and that's when the field mirrors it back effortlessly. As Bob Proctor said, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. Your vibration is your command, and the field is always listening. But it's not just listening to your conscious thoughts, it's picking up on your subconscious beliefs, your emotional patterns, and the energy you carry in every moment. Let's explore one more scientific angle, the observer effect. In the famous double-slit experiment, particles behave differently when observed, shifting from waves to particles based on the act of measurement. This suggests that consciousness itself influences reality. Physicist Pascual Jordan put it bluntly, observations not only disturb what is to be measured, they produce it in your life. This means your attention is a creative force. If you obsess over problems, you're observing them into existence. But if you focus on solutions, gratitude, or possibility, you're collapsing those realities into form. This is why affirmations alone don't work. You can say I am wealthy all day, but if your body is vibrating scarcity, the field will reflect the stronger signal. The key is embodiment. Embodiment means living as if your desire is already true, not just in your mind, but in your actions and emotions. For example, if you're manifesting health, Don't just visualize a fit body, eat nourishing foods, move your body, and feel the vitality now. The field responds to your state of being, not your wishful thinking. Let's address a common question. Why do manifestations sometimes feel blocked? The answer lies in energetic misalignment. If you're asking for love but vibrating fear of rejection, there's a mismatch between your intention and your frequency. The field isn't ignoring you, it's reflecting the dominant signal. To align, you need to do the inner work, heal old wounds, challenge limiting beliefs, and cultivate emotions that match your desire. This is where practices like meditation, breathwork, or even therapy come in. They help you clear the static, making your signal coherent. Here's a powerful metaphor. Think of the quantum field as a cosmic mirror. If you smile, it smiles back. If you frown, it frowns. You don't yell at the mirror to change you, change your expression. Similarly, you don't fight your reality, you shift your vibration. The field is neutral, precise, and instantaneous. It doesn't care about your intentions, it reflects your energy. This is why presence is so powerful. When you're fully present, you stop broadcasting the noise of yesterday's fears or tomorrow's worries. You become a clean signal, and the field responds with clarity. Let's bring in another voice from science. Physicist David Bohm, known for his work on quantum theory, described the universe as a holographic whole, where every part contains the whole. This implies that you, as a part of the universe, carry its creative potential within you. Your vibration doesn't just affect your life, it influences the collective field. When you raise your frequency through love, gratitude, or purpose, you're not just manifesting for yourself, you're uplifting the world. This is why your personal growth matters. It's not just about you, it's about the ripple effect you create. Now, let's talk about frequency hygiene. Just as you brush your teeth to keep them clean, you need to maintain your vibrational hygiene. This means being mindful of what you consume: news, social media, conversations, and who you surround yourself with. Negative environments can lower your frequency, making it harder to stay coherent. For example, if you're constantly around people who complain, their energy can pull you into a lower vibration. Protect your field by choosing uplifting content, supportive relationships, and moments of stillness. Another key to frequency hygiene is emotional repetition. Bob Proctor emphasized that the law of vibration is the primary law, and the law of attraction is secondary. Your dominant emotions, those you return to, most often become your baseline frequency. If stress is your default, the field will keep mirroring chaos. But if you cultivate joy, trust, or gratitude, the field will reorganize around those states. Try this for 1 week. Track your emotions. Write down how you feel throughout the day. Then, intentionally choose one high-frequency emotion like gratitude and practice it daily. You'll start to notice shifts in your reality. Let's wrap this with a final story. Lisa, a 50-year-old nurse, felt unfulfilled despite her stable career. She dreamed of writing a book, but doubted her abilities. After learning about the quantum field, she started aligning her vibration, meditating to feel worthy, rehearsing the joy of holding her published book, embodying a writer by journaling daily, and releasing fear through affirmations like, "My voice matters." Within 2 years, she self-published her first novel, which gained a small but loyal following. Lisa's story shows that the field doesn't care about age, circumstances, or past failures. It responds to your vibration. So, here's the invitation. You are not a victim of your reality. You are its creator. The quantum field is always listening, not to your words, but to your frequency. Every moment is a chance to rewrite the script. Take a deep breath, place your hand on your heart, and ask, what am I vibrating right now? Is it fear, doubt, or scarcity? Or is it love, trust, and possibility? Whatever it is, you have the power to choose again. Align, rehearse, become, release, and watch the field mirror your new signal. If this message resonated, comment below. I am the shift, because you are, and the field knows it. Subscribe and share this with someone who needs to hear it, because together, we're not just changing our lives, we're raising the frequency of the world. The quantum field isn't waiting for you to be perfect, it's waiting for you to be coherent. Start now, and let your vibration write the reality you've always dreamed of.